Hello everyone, Recabilly here. Today I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit of a clock thing that I came up with, and I'm not sure if it was already created or not, but let me know what you think. So right here, obviously, this is not what I created. This is what we call a hopper clock or an etho hopper clock. Throw some items in here and this will pulse out. You can get your pulse from this. So every time this goes here, that's your output. I was kind of playing around with this and I needed a 20-minute timer and I didn't quite know how to do that. So I came up with something. Over here is kind of like my prototype. I realized that if I put the etho hopper clock, so this is what you see, all the items in here flowing through. I put a specific amount that would equal 1 minute. And I did not put out how many items it takes. Let me see, how many items does it take to make 1 minute? It's 2 stacks and then 22 left over. So I did that, and then now this is a minute right here. That's 1 minute. Now every time this pulses, it would send one of these. See, there you go, from here to there, and this will pulse. So instead of using hoppers, I used droppers. Connected to the hopper clock. So now every 20 minutes this note block will go off. Perfect, I have a 20-minute timer. But I didn't really like it. It's kind of big, and I realized I didn't need all that. In fact, I can just stack one on top of the other and build a nice sleek little hopper clock, or minute clock, I guess. Dropper clock? Because now we're using droppers. Basically, these hoppers have the 2 stacks and 22 remainder. That's 1 minute, 1 real-time minute. And then up here, I put 2 white wools. So every 2 minutes, this will go off. And then just however many items I put in here, if I put in 7, this is going to be 8. There, I put 8 items in here. Now this is going to be an 8-minute timer. And every 8 minutes, this will go off. I'll pull my signal from here. And then if I want to pulse, obviously I can do that. So that's the little timer that I came up with. And I will show you how to make that in just a moment. You can skip ahead and I'll put the time frame and everything for you to skip ahead if you want to see the tutorial on how to make this. But I was having a lot of fun with this and I thought, how much farther can I really take this? So then I built this one, which is just the etho hopper clock connected to the dropper clock, which is 1 item, or 60 items, which is 1 hour. So every 1 hour, these will be moved over here. And then this one will pulse. And see, we have another observer right here going into this one. And now I put 24 items equals 1 day. Yeah, but I put 48 items to equal 48 hours for 2 days, basically. Let me just take that out. There. 24. This will go off every single day. Okay, cool. What if I take it a little bit farther? Let's have some fun, shall we? Okay, so at the bottom here, this is 60 seconds. That's 1 minute. Every item that goes in here is 1 minute. So we do 60. That's 1 hour. We built it up here again. We have 24 of these total, so that's 24 hours, that's 1 day, as we already figured out. But now, I put 365 in here, so that's 1 year. After 1 year, this will pulse, and I put 100 items in this one, so in 100 years, this will pulse. 100 years is a century. Most people will never live that long. And fun fact, there's actually a movie that was created in 2015 that will be released in 2115. The tagline of the movie is "The movie you will never see." But who knows? It's been a little while now. Maybe some of us will actually live long enough to see it. But yeah, 100 years for every pulse. And then we take it a little bit further. 1 century is 100 years. I threw in 10 of these, so every 10 centuries, this will pulse. 10 centuries is 1,000 years. And if we go back in time 1,000 years, we would see like Vikings, knights, Spartans, samurai. Honestly, who knows what humanity will look like in 1,000 years, but fun fact about that, let's go up again. And this one, I filled it up. Each one of these is 10 centuries, so it will take 57,600,000 years for this one to pulse right here. And if we go back that far in time, who knows? Like our world map looked completely different. The Earth looked completely different. 57.6 million years from now, everything will look completely different. Humanity will either be extinct or evolved so much that it would be unrecognizable. We would not be humans, Homo sapiens anymore. We would probably be living on other planets, maybe, if we live long enough to be that. But then I took it another step further. Where we at? This one? Which is, 230,400,000 years, or in other words, 1 galactic year roughly. Because, it's not exactly a certain amount of years for a galactic year. So this is roughly around how it takes. And I throw 4 of them in here. So every 4 of these ticks will be a galactic year, and every time that pulses, 4 galactic years passes, or 1 galactic year passes, this one will tick. And I threw 60 items in here, which is 13.8 billion years, and is roughly the age of the universe. So if I built this the moment the universe started, this would tick right now. Boom, that'll switch over. And in 13.8 billion years, this will switch over again. But obviously we will never live long enough to see that happen. I just thought it was a fun little thing to create. Absolutely mind-blowing in my opinion. Okay, let's go ahead and get into how to build this timer here. These are the items that you will need. It's just 12 building blocks, 2 redstone blocks, 4 comparators, 4 hoppers, 4 redstone dust, 4 sticky pistons, an observer, 2 droppers, and then 2 composters, which is optional. You only really put these on top of hoppers to prevent lag in your world. But if you're not going to be using a lot of hoppers in your world, then you don't need to worry about that. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing you want to do is basically build a hopper clock, or an etho hopper clock, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We have 2 hoppers that face into each other, like so, and then a comparator coming out the ends, going into a block, and then redstone dust to the side, and sticky pistons going like that, and a redstone block. This is your etho hopper clock. We're gonna go ahead and put 2 stacks plus 22 items. Did that not work? Oh yeah, it did. It went over here. All right, 2 stacks plus 22 items. That's gonna be 1 real-time minute, and obviously with like lag and unloaded chunks and stuff, this will vary. So this needs to be loaded in your world. There needs to be no lag, and that will equal 1 minute. But let's go ahead and build up from here. Now we need to put an observer right here going into, you don't need that block, I'm just putting it there to help me, a dropper facing another dropper, and I'll go ahead and break that block, why not? And this is basically just another hopper clock on top, but we're using droppers instead. So let's go ahead and put our building blocks down, a comparator coming out the end just like before, going into a block with redstone dust on the side. And don't forget those blocks there, those are important for the redstone dust. And from here we will go ahead and put our sticky pistons coming out of the redstone dust and a redstone block into those. And that's your minute timer. If we put 1 item in here, that'll be 1 minute. every minute this will pop off. If I want to do a 3-minute timer, just put 3 minutes. You can connect this to let's get our composter here. Boop, boop, boop. Right there. Just put those on top of the hoppers to prevent lag. But you can connect this timer basically to anything that you want. It can be for a mob farm. It can be for an ender pearl stasis chamber. It can be for a certain door that you want open only for a certain amount of time. Who knows? If you want to pull the redstone signal out, if you want a pulse out of it, you can put an observer right here. If you want something to stay open or stay turned on for like 3 minutes or whatever it is, just have the redstone dust here, and then 3 minutes off, 3 minutes on. It'll be just like that. Anything you want, really. But this is it. I don't know if anybody created this already. I haven't seen it before, so if somebody's created it already, then kudos to you. That's awesome. I just wanted to share this creation because I came up with it on my own and I was really proud of it. And I hope that you can find a good use for it, because I know I'm going to find lots of uses for this. Alright, that's going to be it for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.